Lesson 2, Plants. Children, in previous class we learned about reproduction of plants through seeds. In that topic we learned about seed germination, how the baby plant comes out of a seed and the conditions required for a seed to grow into a baby plant, and the stages of seed growing into a new plant. Yes, now we move to the next topic. I just want to ask you one question, children. So is it possible to grow a plant without a seed? So many of you says that no, madam. Yes, but it is possible. So about it now we are going to learn. Yes, it is nothing but reproduction by different parts of the plant. Now under this topic we are going to learn about many plants reproduction takes place through other parts of the plant. Yes, so now we see what are those 4 parts of the plant we are going to discuss now. So a new plant can grow from the underground stem, by stem cutting, from roots, from leaves of a plant. Is it clear, children? So what are different parts of the plant that reproduces? The first one, from underground stem, by stem cutting, from roots, from leaves of a plant. Yes. So for these all commonly we give a name that we call it as a vegetative reproduction. So now we learn what is vegetative reproduction. So the type of reproduction in which a new plant arises from some part of a plant without involvement of seeds. Here remember, children, without involvement of seeds is called vegetative reproduction. Clear, children? What is vegetative reproduction? A new plant arises from any part of an old plant without involvement of seeds. Is it clear, children? Yes. Now we go ahead to learn one by one. Now first we discuss about from the underground stem. Yes? Shall we go? Yeah. Now first we discuss about reproduction through underground stem. Now observe the picture, children. So here you have about different vegetables given to you. So this is potato, onion, ginger and corn. And how it takes place the reproduction in these stems. Now these are all called as underground stems. Potato, onion, ginger and corn. So you will observe on potato a small buds present on it. It's a dark black in color. Those buds are called as eye. So each bud of looking like an eye on a potato grow and develops into a new plant. Same way in ginger you can see here a small bud. So from the bud it grows into a new plant. So in this way the reproduction takes place in these plants. Yes, children? Yes. Now in plants like ginger, potato, banana, etc., a new plant grows from the underground stem. Now children, can you say the examples of plants which grow underground stem, which reproduce through underground stem? Now it is very easy for you to say. Those are ginger, potato, banana, onion, etc. Clear? So in these plants means potato, onion, ginger, etc., a part of the stem present underground, so below the soil, grows and develops roots and shoots to make new plants. Is it clear, children? Yes, this is the first way of reproduction through underground stem. Now we go to the next method of reproduction through stem cutting. Yes, stem cutting itself we understand very easily. The stem should be cut and planted. Yes, and now see the picture. Here you can see the parent plant, and from the parent plant the stem is being cut and placed it in another place in the soil. After a few days you can see slowly the baby plant grows up and form into a new plant. And this type of process we call it as a stem cutting. Now here you can see very easily the rose plant. By cutting a stem planted in the soil, after a few days you can see a new leaves comes out of it and also the flowers. So in this way we can make it in some other plants also. Bougainvillea, sugarcane, rose, grapes, crotons, hibiscus and also strawberries. Clear? So new plant can also be grown by using the stem cutting of a grown plant. For example, sugarcane, rose, grapes, strawberries and hibiscus. Is it clear, children? Now we can say very easily the examples of plants which reproduce by stem cutting. Yes, rose, grapes, etc. Now we go to another interesting one, that is through root. Now here we can see the flowers. No, Eunice is given and Dahlia is given. And here I want to show you with one more example. So here you can see the roots will be like a fleshy. The fleshy roots are seen here. Suppose if you take a sweet potato and if you cut and make it with the help of toothpicks, take a support with the help of toothpicks, take the you can take the jam bottle and fill a water and cut sweet potato and place like this. After a few weeks you can notice that lower part of the sweet potato, the roots arises, and the upper end you can see the shoot system. So in this way the sweet potato grows and new plant arises from its root itself. Clear, children? So now when the fleshy roots of some plants, these are fleshy roots like dahlia and sweet potato. Other name for that sweet potato is asparagus. When they placed in water, many roots appear. Many, you can see here clearly, many roots appear at the lower end and shoots appear at the upper end. So in sweet potato, a new plants arise from a root itself. Clear? Now we can give examples very easily, the plants which reproduce through roots like dahlia, sweet potato, etc. Yes? And next interesting and which you don't know about the name of the plant also, children. Shall we go? Yes, here comes the reproduction through leaf. Now, here you have a leaf is shown here. You don't know even the name of this leaf, children. So you are getting a new term of the leaf here now. That is, the name of the plant is bryophyllum. What it is? Bryophyllum. Now you can see another picture here. Now here is a complete leaf. The leaf of this bryophyllum is very thick, children. And here you can see the notches of the edges of the leaf. You can find out notches. That means a small bud will be present there. And from the edges of these notches, a new plant comes out. These are all small baby plants of bryophyllum. What are these all? The small plants of bryophyllum. And here after the leaf, the thick leaf falls down on the ground, here you can see the new baby plant. The lower end, the roots go into the soil and the shoot grows above the leaf. After a few days, you can see this leaf completely disappears, dries, and then fly away by air or wind. Now, in plants like bryophyllum, new young plants arise from the notches of the leaves. Notches in the sense, the edge here we have a bud. So, from the notches, a new plant arises. Clear, children? So, these small buds, these are all small buds now. So these small buds get detached from the leaf, that separated from the leaf and develops into a new plant. Is it clear, children? Yes. Now we go to the next one. What we have learned all this, now we cover again. Now here you can see some of the images here. So these are all shown. You have a sweet potato, like hibiscus plant and all. Why did I show you all this, children? Under which category it comes? It comes under reproduction through different parts of a plant. Yes. So these all we call it as one process, that is vegetative reproduction. So it is very important in plants, children. Why? Because it is very easier and faster method of increasing the number of same plant. Now we can see here very easily the bud. Here a new plant arises here from the bud and it is ready to come out. A new baby plant comes out of this eye. So like this we can place it in the soil and it's very easy and faster. If it is a seed, it takes lot of time. So that is the importance when you compare with the vegetative reproduction. So it also helps to grow the plants like banana which bear no seeds. So we call this process as vegetative reproduction. Clear, children? So by this we end this session. So go through your textbook, plan accordingly, read your new words, underline the spellings, frame the questions on your own. Thank you, children. Have a good day.